Tuombe. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, ambaye kwa hekima na wema wako umeteua nyadhifa za viongozi na mabunge kwa ustawi wa jamii na utawala wa haki wa wanadamu. Twakusihi utatazame kwa neema nyingi sisi watumishi wako ambao umeridhika kutuita ili kutekeleza shughuli muhimu za jamhuri hii yetu. Twakuomba ututeremshie baraka zako sisi tuliokutanika hapa na utujalie kuyatenda na kufikiria mambo yote yatakayofikishwa mbele yetu kwa njia ya haki na uaminifu, ili utukufu na sifa zako ziendelezwe na ili kustawisha amani, ufanisi na heri ya nchi hii yetu na wale ambao haja zao umezikabidhi mikononi mwetu. Amen. Next order.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, there is a communication that the office of the Speaker would wish to make. I wish to bring to your attention the invitation of all members of the county assemblies in Kenya to the Special General Assembly scheduled to take place on 19th to 21st February 2020 at the KICC, Nairobi. While I appreciate this as a crucial forum for members where key issues affecting devolution will be discussed, I regret to inform you that the County Assembly of Nakuru, during its budgeting and scheduling of annual activities, did not anticipate such an activity. As such, no budget was set aside to facilitate members to attend. In this regard, honorable members, the Assembly will not be in a position to facilitate members to attend. To avert such future challenges, my office will make deliberate efforts to obtain a comprehensive program of all the scheduled activities by the County Assembly's Forum in good time to enable the Assembly budget and plan accordingly. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
There are no messages. Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
There are papers to be laid. And on behalf of the leader of Majority Party, the Honorable Chairperson, Committee on Environment and Natural Resources, Honorable Ross, will do that.
Mr.
So possibly the Honorable Member, Honorable Ross, you can separate the papers. You first of all lay the first paper. It's different from others.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I'm Rose Chapkoech, MCA from Kiptagich. I'm laying this paper on behalf of Majority Leader William Mutai. Pursuant to the provision of Section 166 4A of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, the County Government of Nakuru Second Quarterly Report and Financial Statement for year 2024-2025. I beg to lay.
Thank you, the Honorable Ross. The paper is hereby committed to the Committee on Budget and Appropriations for onward processing and generating a report to be tabled to this House. The Chairperson, Committee on Budget and Appropriations. Take note.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I've taken note of the same.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. The report, the second one, pursuant to the provision of Section 51 of Public Audit Act 2015, the report of Auditor General on Receiver of Revenue Statement for the year 30th June 2024, County Government of Nakuru. Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay the paper.
Proceed with the rest of the papers.
That one, report of Auditor General on County Revenue Fund for the year ended 30th June 2024, County Government of Nakuru. Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay. Fourth one, pursuant to the provision of Section 51 of the Public Audit Act 2015, report of Auditor General on Naivasha Water Sanitation Company Limited for the year ended 30th June 2024. I beg to lay. Number 5, report pursuant to the provision of Section 51 of Public Audit Act 2015, report on Auditor General on Bahati Sub-County Level 4 Hospital for the year 30th June 2024. The sixth, pursuant to the provision of Section 50 of the Audit Act 2015, report on Auditor General of Olengruani County Level 4 Hospital for the year 30th June 2024. And the last one, pursuant to the provision of 51 of Public Audit Act 2015, report of the Auditor General of Kilgil Sub-County Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June. I beg to lay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ross. On behalf of the Leader of Majority Party, I now hereby commit the second to the seventh report to the Committee on PAC. The Chairperson, PAC Committee, Vice Chairperson, a member.
Thank you. We take note, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Report that to the Chairperson. There is work to be done on your committee. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Next order.
Order number 8, motion.
There is a motion by the Honorable Leader of the Majority Party. On behalf of the Leader of Majority Party, the Honorable Njogona Mwaura.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I like to move a motion that the pursuant to provision of the standing order number 31, this House approves the Assembly calendar for the year 2025 regular sessions as members can see on their screens. Mr. Speaker, it is true, in our standing orders, we have our calendar that we usually ratify in each and every calendar year so that we can be guided on how we are going to conduct our business in this house. Mr. Speaker, if we fail to plan, we plan to fail. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, with this calendar, it will assist us to adjust to different time frames so that we can know when we are expected here, when we are expected to be with Wanjiko, and when we are expected even to go to the oversight ventures onto the ground and in this county. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of Majority Leader, allow me to persuade or request this House to adopt this calendar so that we can be able now to progress as a House, so that even when we be conducting our businesses, we be guided by this calendar. I beg to move. And I wish to call Honorable Virginia to second.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, I rise to second the motion that the House adopts the Assembly calendar. Mr. Speaker, this is the second week after we are back in the Assembly. And to have a smooth running of the Assembly, we need to pass and approve this budget. I second.
It should be the motion, not the budget.
Mr. Speaker, I'm there about the report, and yes, I rise to second the motion that we approve the calendar of the County Assembly of Nakuru.
Thank you. The motion is seconded. On the motion is that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 31, this House approves the Assembly calendar for 2025 regarding the regular sessions as attached. The motion is open for debate. The member for Lakeview.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, first and foremost, I want to start by supporting the motion, borrowing from the last year that we have had within this Bunge, or this August House. Mr. Speaker, it's been good running on the happenings of the Assembly. And the calendar that has been so far given to us, Mr. Speaker, I see it conforming to what we went through in the last year. My hope and wish is that this calendar will not be disrupted in any way, because, Mr. Speaker, things in this country are moving at a roller coaster move. I find that I am hoping that just by adopting this calendar, things will not move at a pace that we are seeing at the National Assembly of Kenya, whereby things move at a lightning speed. Mr. Speaker, our people will enjoy this calendar because they can now even follow us on YouTube and other stations so that they can see what the good people they elected, what the good people that were nominated within this assembly can deliver to them at their own homes, and also they can go further to judge what kind of debates can happen within the assembly. I'm hoping, Mr. Speaker, that from this calendar, we shall also find good time to discuss the many reports that I've seen tabled here or read on this House today, mainly the Auditor General reports, Mr. Speaker, because last financial year we didn't have much time to discuss them. So I'm hoping that the committees concerned will table such reports here so that we can scrutinize them, Mr. Speaker, and we can get the good report. I know our good members within those committees, for instance, Mheshimiwa Moraya, my very good friend from Viwandani, Naivasha, is very good at picking at any detail that has been left or done by a government of the people. And because he's one of the great persons who will inspire politics of this year, and he'll be my partner in crime in this year's politics. I am hoping that we move together in criticizing everything that happens within this republic. We start with the republic, and then we come to the county government of Nakuru. Then finally we go to
The Honorable Member for Lakeview.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Are you by any way marketing what you intend to be doing at a personal political standpoint, or is it what the Assembly will be doing?
Mr. Speaker, the Assembly has just given its calendar. We are also giving our calendar of politics within this year, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Member for Viwandani, we are not sure whether, the Honorable Member for Lakeview said that you're going to be their partner in crime. So that one, I didn't get to understand exactly what he was driving at. But we do not have partners in crime in this house. So we have members who are law abiding and members who are at any one given time, they are ready for call of duty.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I stand informed, but when you are collecting a government, you are a member in crime.
The Honorable Member for Viwandani.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for first of all giving me this opportunity, and again for informing my good friend here, Honorable Alex, that I can be his partner here in this assembly, but not in crime, because I'm a law-abiding citizen. So I would like him to withdraw appropriately, because in criticizing the government, it's not being a criminal. So what I'll be doing, that one I'm sure we will be doing, is correcting the government, because as an assembly, we've got our calendar of events this year, so we cannot be in an autopilot mode like the national government is. So we have our own. So in this, and in the short and long lists that we will be having, and also as we be coming here, I think we shall be correcting the government and also giving input, not only correcting. I want to assure these members that as much as we've seen many reports that have been made here and has been said by my good friend Alex, is that we are going to put this government in check, because I can see just 7 reports read today from Auditor General. So that means there are some queries that the government of Nakuru and department, many of the department that has been mentioned, need to give clarity on, and then we bring back the report here. So I'm here to support the motion, and I think Honorable Chair, as guided by the sittings and the long and short recess, we are good to go and to work for our people. The only thing that can hinder us from wishing to have all these recesses is if the executive will not be doing its work, will not be implementing in terms of project. That one can hinder us from going back to Wajiko, coming back here as required, and maybe to make any progress. So thank you, Honorable Speaker. I raise to support.
Thank you. The member for Kapkures.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I also rise to support the motion of the calendar. Mr. Speaker, as we have been told that failing to plan is planning to fail. I think as members of this August House, we ought to stick to the calendar. Mr. Speaker, I think also
This calendar will give us time to plan on when we should be oversighting on the projects in our various wards. Mr. Speaker, as a honorable, the chair for budget, have told us that he is one of the criminals in Kenya. I think, Mr. Speaker, it is high time now.
Mr. Speaker, sir, point of...
Mr. Speaker.
A point of information to the House.
So the member for Lakeview would want to maybe give some information. Yeah. So you still have your time, the Honorable Robert Ruto.
Mr. Speaker, when you go to the Roman dictionary that we normally use in the country, a partner in crime is an expression or an idiom, Mr. Speaker, of a close friend, or the meaning, a close friend who shares adventurous activities. Mr. Speaker, when I was alluding to the activities I share with Honorable Moraya, that we normally move around the country as Itungati within this nation. Thank you very much. I'm not a criminal. I withdraw the word criminal for lack of proper dictionaries maybe to some of the people. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for protecting me. It depends on the interpretation, Mr. Speaker, and that is his own way of interpreting. But what I understand is that a partner in crime is someone who is a fellow criminal, who you are doing criminality with him. So, Mr. Speaker, I think Honorable member from Lakeview ought to be somewhere, not here, because criminals are not free roaming. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, it doesn't matter.
If
you go to a group of schools, you don't challenge the other people.
Order. The issue of whether criminals, that is dropped. The Honorable Member for Eburu Baruch.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support. And also, having come from another long recess, it's my first time also making a contribution in the House. It's good for us to have a calendar that's going to guide us and all the activities that we are going to undertake. Maybe I'm not sure whether Honorable Alex and Honorable Moraya have their team full. I would wish to also join them in being a partner in crime. And Mr. Speaker, I know that is not an answer I can get from here, but I see we have morning sessions
Speaker,
and
we have an answer. Our vehicle is has 2 members. So
order. That will be after 4 p.m. Then you can be able to agree. Proceed. The Honorable Member for Eburu Baruch.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I see we have 2 sessions, every Tuesday and every Wednesday. And I believe that as our role states that our work is to oversight, we'll be utilizing these sessions to do oversight, legislation, and also to represent Wanjiko and to ask the questions that are being asked from the ground. Whether you end up being labeled a criminal or being sent some detectives, our work is to represent what is being said. So I want to join my colleague, Honorable Member for Kapkures, and encouraging him to speak the language of Wanjiko. Whether he will be a partner in crime or a defender in crime, it all adds up to the same thing. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I support.
Thank you. The member for Barut and the member for Kiptagich in that order.
thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. I rise to support this motion. You remember, Mr. Speaker, last year, at a time like this, the House was full, but members were confused because they didn't know whether to approve the calendar or to drop it. But I remember what happened. But today, Mr. Speaker, I assure you that we are very sober. We don't want to repeat the same mistake, and we are going to approve this budget, this calendar. So, Mr. Speaker, what I would like to urge these honourable members is to honour this calendar by attending all the sessions and also attend committees when we have. So, Mr. Speaker, I rise to support, and I will urge all the members to approve this calendar to allow some planning of our activities within the Assembly. Thank you.
The member for Kiptagich, and then the mover will,
Thank you.
We'll take another round of members.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I want to thank the committee for the good work done, especially about the calendar, because this calendar will help us organize our time. Another thing is we are going to plan ahead. Another thing, we are going to meet our Wanjikos at ground, because sometimes maybe we have not gone to other places in our ward. And the last one is that we are going to do oversight work, going through to see different roles that will be done and different projects. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. The member for Roundabout, and then the mover will respond.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support the calendar and the motion. As Mr. Speaker, we look forward for this year working and rising up to our standard as a House to ensure that everything that is done in this county, and especially on the side of the executive, the implementation are being done. And also, Mr. Speaker, as I believe each and every committee will come up with a work plan to ensure the reports and every motion and everything that is being brought in this House work according to what we have been called here and brought here to do as members of the County Assembly. So, Mr. Speaker, as a House, we trust that this is the year that we need to work. And as I said, allude in the morning, Mr. Speaker, if we won't work this year, let us prepare ourselves, because 2026, 2027, it will be fire out there. So it's for us to ensure that this county come back to its foot, not sparing anything, not sparing anyone, but working. And because we have our calendar, let us work and run for what we have been called to. And as we know, each and every one of us, Mr. Speaker, we have been given talents. Some were given 5, some were given 2, and another one was given 1. And the one who was very foolish, as some of us are calling ourselves crime, which kwa lugha ya Kiswahili ni wakora, I believe it's a high time wakora tufanye kazi yao, tufuruge ile kitu inastahili kufurugwa. But Mr. Speaker, I want to join my fellow members that we are adapting this calendar for us to rise up to our standard and to work harder, because we only have this year, Mr. Speaker. And out there is a lot of cold, Mr. Speaker. I've been there for the last 5 years. Baridi iko huko nje. Singependa mtu yote mwaka ujao, miaka miwili ambayo inayokuja, kwa sababu hii ndio mwaka ya kupambanua mbichi na mbivu, Mr. Speaker, ya kwamba mtu akue kule nje. Ningeomba ya kwamba all the men and women who are in here, and as we pray for the rest of us who are not here with us, that we shall come back to this House. But the year that will determine where we are heading is this year of 2025. I make note of that. God bless this House, Mr. Speaker. I support.
Thank you. The Honourable Member for Elbagon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, allow me to thank the House and to remind the members that we are remaining with 1.5 calendar after this. Mr. Speaker, it's upon them now to decide whether they need actually to work towards implementing this calendar and making sure that whatever times dictates have been provided here, they are going to adhere to. So that if it means that you are going for a short recess, Mr. Speaker, we can be able to take advantage of that time that has been provided here to go into the field and to check whether whatever we have been passing here in terms of budget, in terms of policies, in terms of laws, whether it's being implemented by the executive. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, I would wish now to request the members that this calendar, if implemented to the fullest, I believe the members will enjoy their stays here. They are going to build their political careers, and they are going to serve the people of this republic, majorly the people of Nakuru, because these time frames give them ample time to exercise the mandates that they have been given by the Constitution. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, I wish to wish the members a very fruitful year, hoping that when we be passing the second, the third, or rather the fourth calendar, the members would have actually achieved the objectives of the year, and they are going actually to assure that there will be no uncertainties whether somebody will be coming back or not. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I wish to beg the House to adopt this calendar. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Njuguna. I'm going to put it to question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 31, this House approves the Assembly calendar for 2025, that is for the regular sessions, as attached. As many who are of that opinion say aye. As many who are of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Next order.
Mr. Speaker, these are the orders of the day.
We all rise. Honorable members, this House is adjourned to tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Thank you.